Sunil Alag wants to come.
No, sorry, I can't answer. The only point that I would like to make is that I know Kingfisher Airlines is in trouble. They also don't get salaries. And they've been told that if you want to work on the airline at this point of time, we can't pay. We'll pay you later, and they're working.
No, but look at that. I just want to talk about these pictures. That's the president of the Indian Pilots Guild acting in the most irresponsible fashion. Any viewer who's watching this broadcast wouldn't say that any of the questions we've asked have been either irresponsible, non-journalistic. They believe they're a law unto themselves, Sunil, and that's part of the problem. That's why they think they can do what they want and get away with it.
Yeah, for me, what is the issue today? I mean, I think he's behaving irresponsibly in his demands, and he's also behaving irresponsibly on the TV show. But what is the key issue with the government? If I was running the airline as the government, you would say, look, when the merger took place, first and foremost, it shouldn't have taken place. Okay, it has merged. When you merge two companies, everybody gets equal. There is no question of saying one group of pilots and one group of officers will be different. Now there's a merger, everyone is the same. The problem is that the attitude and the culture of Air India and Indian Airlines have never been the same. After the merger, they continue to operate as two separate companies with two separate demands, and no airline can survive on that. If I have a solution for this, demerge it back. Okay. Get a foreign investor into Air India. Indian Airlines, run by the government, can still make a profit if it's run sensibly. And I really believe in that. I'm not just stating it for the heck of it. Air India, impossible if you don't get a management change. The management change can only come if the government gives up the management. You get private sector in, let them manage, get the investments in, and none of the pilots will be able to behave the way they are if you get private management.
But I want you for a moment just to talk about the manner in which the president of the Pilots Guild behaved on the show, responded to these questions, just showing what a tough job Ajit Singh has. This is just the most obnoxious behavior.
Well, the history of Indian pilots, Air India pilots, has been like that. They have been going on strike, they have been behaving like this. But let me just say that Air India privatization was to take place in 2001, and at that time all the unions were together favoring the privatization. So I feel that there has been a total downslide since 2001. 2001, of course, 9/11 also took place, and things became worse after that. Nobody was prepared to, no foreign airline was prepared to come in and take part. And after that came the merger and purchase of all these aircrafts. So the merger itself was never followed through. Now, I'll give you an example of Japan Airlines, which went into such a deep bad show, and they have revived. They've made profit within 3 or 4 years. Even in US, other companies like General Motors and others have come back. If you need to do something, you have to do it properly. There has to be a plan. It has to be followed up. A merger also has to be followed up as a true merger. Merger has not taken place after having been announced officially.
So what's the solution? Shut down the airline?
Well, I don't think it can work within the government system the way it's working. It has to be, as Mr. Alag has said, some solutions have to be found.
No, but I want to get Captain Gopinath, because he was listening and he had this very irritated sort of look on his face when he was hearing what the president of the Pilots Guild was saying, Captain Gopinath, and that is reflective of the problem. He just storms off, takes the earpiece, runs away, not wanting to answer any questions, thinking he's above the law, can do what he wants, hijack the airline, hold the government hostage. That's not the way it's going to work. How do you deal with these people?
I think, the problem has been that we are confusing Air India for India. Air India is a company. I think it is irrelevant today in the historical context in which it is evolved. The government shouldn't be running an airline. Mistakes have been made. There is no need to continue to lose money. Even in the best of the Western countries like Germany, where you had Lufthansa, which was on the verge of bankruptcy, British Airways was on the verge of bankruptcy, they successfully privatized it. Even there they had union problems. So it is a very sensitive issue because there are unions. It is political hot potato. So they have to figure out how to rehabilitate the people whom you want to lay off. So there is a way to do that. Instead of pumping in 30,000 crores and again 10,000 crores every year, the government can do a one-time settlement, and as I said, there are a lot of assets. Hire off all those assets and bring an experts committee to look into this as to how privatization has to be done, and give a golden handshake to all these people so so that they go home with a lump sum money, and then you have a lean airline. Then privatize that with an operating airline. You privatize that in the next 1 or 2 years. I mean,
the left always opposes all form of privatization.